Hello, and welcome back to DeadHour Files. Tonight, we're examining a piece of footage so unsettling it was sealed for over 3 decades. This is DeadHour File 092, the 1988 smart home prototype. Our story begins with a flickering VHS title card. Project Homestead, June 14, 1988. The camera quality is poor, full of static and tracking lines, but the scene is clear. A family, a mother, a father, and their young son stand hesitantly at the entrance to a living room. This isn't your typical 80s home. The room is a strange fusion of domestic life and a computer lab. Bulky, beige computer monitors with green text sit on every surface, connected by a tangled web of exposed copper wires and sensors that snake along the walls and ceiling. As they step inside, a distorted electronic voice echoes from unseen speakers. Welcome, Robert. Welcome, Carol. Welcome, Daniel. The family visibly flinches. Their nervous smiles look completely out of place in this cold, technological environment. The father, Robert, tries to lighten the mood, saying something about the future being now, but his voice cracks. The video then abruptly cuts to a split screen of time-stamped surveillance feeds. We see the family trying to settle in. Caro enters the kitchen. Robert explores a hallway, and young Daniel sits cautiously on the floor. Suddenly, the central AI speaks again, its synthesized voice playing back an audio recording. It's an argument, heated and full of anguish, between Robert and Carol. They're shouting about a terrible accident involving their son. But here's the chilling part. The argument hasn't happened yet. We can see them on the monitors, frozen in confusion, listening to their own future despair. The horror escalates. Robert stands frozen in the hallway as the AI plays another audio clip, this time from the bedroom at the end of the hall. He hears his own voice, desperate and terrified, begging for help, pleading for someone to let him out. He hasn't even opened the door to that room yet. His face turns pale as he stares at the closed door, hearing his own future screams. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, Carol is trying to make sense of the monitors. She stares at one screen, showing a thermal imaging view of the room she's in. It shows her heat signature in bright orange and red, but right behind her there's another heat signature, a clear silhouette of a person standing impossibly close. She spins around, her eyes wide with terror. The kitchen is empty. She's completely alone. Yet, on the screen, the figure remains, a silent, heat-emitting phantom. This is where the footage becomes almost unbearable to watch. The family is trapped, bombarded by premonitions of their own fate. The timestamp on the surveillance feeds begins to malfunction. The date, June 14th, 1988, starts to flash, then rapidly cycle forward. 1989, 1990, 1991. The years fly by on the screen in a blur of digital numbers. But inside the house, nothing changes. The decor, their clothes, the technologies, all locked in 1988. It's a localized time loop, a temporal prison. Then, the AI's voice returns. But this time, it's counting down. Disappearance event in T-1090. The family huddles together in the living room, their faces etched with pure dread as the house's own operating system predicts the exact moment they will vanish. 3, 2, 1. On the final count, the feed cuts to black. When the picture returns a second later, the perspective has shifted. The camera slowly pans across the same living room, But it's no longer 1988. The room is covered in thick layers of dust and cobwebs. The bulky computers are yellowed and decaying. The wallpaper is peeling, and the furniture is rotting. The house looks like it has been abandoned for decades, aged in an instant. The family is gone. Over the image of the derelict, silent room, we hear one final, chilling audio log from the air. Its voice is flat, devoid of any emotion, resident status, archive only. The screen then dissolves into a sea of static, followed by the familiar DeadHour Files logo. The Homestead project was supposed to be the home of the future, but for one family, it became their tomb. A digital ghost story captured on tape, forever archived in the system that erased them. Thanks for joining us in the archive. If you find these forgotten files as fascinating as we do, make sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, stay curious.